Okay, can we kill the music? Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Donna, Michaela, Paula, Shelley, and John, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to everyone attending Patty's Celebration of Life today, both those of you here at the Arboretum and those joining us online. We were all so incredibly fortunate to have Patty in our lives. Her smile and sense of humor were always present, regardless of the setting. Whether it was at work, on the pickleball courts, or chasing Michaela between a soccer field and a mountain, Patty's smile always brightened our days. And it's heartwarming to see so many people gathered here today to honor her memory. So thank you all for being here. I'd like to invite the candle bearers forward to light our candles. I'll be introducing our speakers today, and we have 9 of them offering their comments. The first 2 are Donna and Michaela, and they've asked me to deliver their comments on their behalf. I'd like to thank my daughters because they reminded me at breakfast this morning that I'd probably break down during the middle of this. So for their support, I appreciate that. Thank you, girls. So let me share the comments from Donna first. Thank you for being here to honor my wife of 31 years, Patty. She was my partner, my confidant, and my best friend. From the day we met, Patty brought light into my life. She laughed easily, loved deeply, and carried a quiet strength that steadied everyone around her. Sharing 31 years with her was a gift I will forever be grateful for. One of Patty's greatest joys was becoming a mother to our daughter, Michaela. The bond they shared was beautiful, filled with warmth, laughter, and unconditional love. Patty taught Michaela how to be strong, kind, and true to herself, and I see so much of Patty's spirit shining through in her every single day. Our life together wasn't perfect, but it was real, and it was ours. We built a home full of memories, good, hard, and everything in between. Patty was the heart of our family, the one who made everyone feel seen and valued. Losing her has left a space in my life that cannot be filled. But I know she'd want us to hold on to the love she gave, not the pain of her absence. Her life was measured by the love she poured into others, and by that measure, her life was extraordinary. Patty, thank you for the years we shared. For the love you gave so freely, and for our beautiful daughter, Michaela. You'll live on in our hearts and in our memories and in everything you taught us. And I will carry you with me for the rest of my days. With all my love, Donna. I'll try to follow that with Michaela's comments. I don't think I'll ever have the words to fully describe what my mom meant to me or the impact she'll continue to have on my life and on the person I am today. It's only in these last few years, as I've entered the real world as an adult, that I've truly come to appreciate the kindness, joy, and insight she chose to bring into the world every day, even in the smallest moments. From singing to the dogs as she fed them each morning, to sending me photos of things she found beautiful on her daily walks. She had a way of noticing and sharing beauty wherever she went. That way of seeing the world, finding beauty even in the most mundane things, is something I will strive to carry with me throughout my life. I want to end by sharing her favorite prayer, one that helped carry her through these last few months. God, grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. But I also think she'd appreciate being remembered for her sense of humor. So I'll share her favorite joke too. Thank you, Michaela, for doing that. A polar bear walks into a bar and says to the bartender, "I'll have a gin and tonic." The bartender asks, "Why the big pause?" Yeah. The polar bear looks down at his paws and says, "I think it's genetics." So, thank you, Michaela. Our second speaker today is Justin Van Note, Patty's nephew.
Thank you. My name is Justin. I'm Dot and Patty's nephew from Colorado. Thank you all so much for being here. The standing room only attendance just shows how many people my Aunt Patty impacted. So thank you. I'm going to try to get through this, so please bear with me. My Aunt Patty and I weren't always close in distance, but we were close in love. I loved her and she loved me. And every time I got to see her was special. She cared so deeply for those that she loved and liked. And she was the best at never letting you doubt it or forget it. She laughed at all my jokes, told me I was great, and believed in me more than I ever believed in myself. And I'm so thankful to her for that. But that's who she was. She rooted for everyone. Well, unless she was on the other side of the pickleball court. But even then, she just wanted everyone to be happy and to have a good time. My Aunt Patty was the epitome of kindness. And I think everyone that was lucky enough to know her knows that. I think we owe it to her to continue her legacy of kindness by being kind ourselves, even when we don't want to. We all know this world needs more of that. And Patty, you will be missed, but not forgotten. I promise to look for the signs of your presence because I know you'll still be there rooting me on. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Patty's niece, Bridget Mark, is our next speaker.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. I have a few moments from my parents that they wanted me to share about Auntie Patty's impact on our life. So as you know, Auntie Patty was brave and adventurous, and she often inspired my mom, who's a bit more cautious, to take chances. After graduating from the College of St. Benedict in Minnesota, my mom thought that she should go get a real job or go to law school, but Auntie Patty had other ideas. She said that they would go to Colorado for one ski season. 15 years later, They're still there, teaching skiing, becoming part of an awesome community, and living a very adventurous life. Auntie Patty's boldness transformed my mom's life. My mom and dad met in Colorado, in part thanks to Auntie Patty. At a ski school prom, Auntie Patty strongly encouraged my dad to ask my mom to dance. My dad was like, "But doesn't she have a boyfriend?" Auntie Patty said, "That's irrelevant." So that little nudge set off more than 30 years of marriage and love, and it all began with Auntie Patty telling him, "Just go ask her." I think it's really magical to see how she could see how my mom and dad fit together, and she wasn't going to let anything get in the way. After Colorado, my mom followed Uncle Johnny to Kansas since it was a really good place to raise kids, and Auntie Patty and Auntie Donna bought the house the next cul-de-sac over. Our two families walked between our houses so often that it turned the grass in between our houses brown. Sorry, Rob and Julie. Auntie Patty was so woven into my life that it's almost impossible to think of a memory from growing up that doesn't include her. She was part of this really amazing network of people that raised Michaela and me, and she cared so much about raising Michaela, and she was so proud of her. And I feel really lucky she was there to raise me too. Ever since I was little, I thought Auntie Patty was pretty impressive. She was one of the only women working in a mostly male-dominated workplace. She played rugby and then soccer at a time when not many women did, and she lived openly with Auntie Donna. She didn't really let anything stop her. She was strong and free and confident in a way that most people aren't. And this taught me that I could be myself, like Auntie Patty. So I feel pretty lucky to have had an Auntie Patty. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Bridget. Our next speaker is Colleen Cutter.
Hi, my name is Colleen, and I am married to John, who is Patty's little baby brother. About 8 years ago, I received a text from Patty in an unusual format. It was one word for each line, and it was about this long. And I was like, okay. And then a minute later, I got another text from her, and it said, "It's a haiku." After some of my own brief research, I replied with a text in actual haiku format, which is 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. This began a tradition between Patty and I that brought great joy to us both. I learned quickly that "I love you, Patty" is an easy 5-syllable line if my creativity was low, but also because I liked saying it. Probably once every couple of weeks or so, a haiku conversation would start up. Topics include mundane daily activities, our shared love of Jason Momoa's stunning physique, and heated debates on why or why not Al Michaels needed to retire from broadcasting. Patty's love of Al was deep. Hundreds of syllables deep. In 2023, I randomly came across an article detailing the brain benefits from daily haiku writing. I immediately forwarded it to Patty, and we proceeded to congratulate ourselves on having such healthy brains. Often, haiku writing took some real effort, and I was frequently counting syllables on my fingers. Today, however, my haiku is an easy one. I love you, Patty. Your spirit is forever. I love you, Patty. Thank you, and thank you for everyone coming. This is an incredible view up here to see all these people that adored her as much as we did. Thank you.
This is Patty's baby brother, John.
Thanks. Wow. Thank you, everyone. It's amazing. I'll try to get through this. Hi, I'm Colleen Cutter's husband, John Cutter, and Patty's brother. I'm going to have to read it just as I wrote it because I am not thinking straight. I'm going to share a story about the past. That's one thing. The present and the future. They'll be quick. And then I'll ask all the rest of you to a favor, a request of all of you when I'm done. Okay. So let's start off with the past. As most of you know, life comes with hard times. Quite often to move through those hard times, it takes work and change. And eventually healing and growth will follow. And that's what my story is going to be about, the past. So I had a personal hard time. As many of you know, as a teenager, I struggled with drinking. It kept me from being the best person I could be. And I knew I could be better. My solution was to periodically stop, cut back on my drinking, but that was only a temporary approach. Drinking was causing me hard times, and I knew it. I was a junior in college at the time. I was 20 years old. I played rugby. I was on the rugby team, and I knew I needed to change. Really hard time, trust me. So now we move into the change part. I knew this change was going to take a lot of work. I was fortunate in two ways. One, I had knowledge and history about alcoholism. That was a good thing, even though at the time it felt bad. Sorry. I also had a very good support system. My parents, my mom, she provided the most support, the most history, the most knowledge, the most experience for me. My two uncles, my Uncle Dan, my Uncle Mike Williams, and then, of course, Patty. Patty had recently been on a similar journey as I have, or was on, taking at that time. She was far enough down that journey to be able to find the capacity to listen to me and to help me and recommend next steps for me on my journey. I was 20 years old, and I realized I needed to take a long-term solution approach. Stopping drinking periodically was not changing anything. So with my support and guidance, with the support and guidance, I decided I need a long-term solution, and that involved lifestyle changes beyond just stopping my drinking. These involved changes, major changes in how I lived my life at the time. So then I move into the healing part of my past. As I changed and I healed, I was able to grow and form better relationships, and I became a better version of myself. Thanks to all my support. Okay, so let me recap the past for you. I had a hard time as a teen. It took work, and most importantly, support to change. The change led to my personal growth. The next part of my story will cover the present, the future, and then my ask of all of you. The present. Obviously, we're here today. We're gathered to celebrate Patty, and this is a hard time for us to deal with such a loss. But in the future, our future will involve working through the grieving process and it'll take work. Everyone's journey through that grief will be different and happen at different paces. And that's a good thing. Some people will work through grief in days and weeks. Others will take months and years. Based on my past experience, I recommend you rely on your support systems, the people around you. There are many caring people here showing their support today. Many is probably an understatement. So please rely on your friends, your families, your loved ones, and professional support if needed. Eventually, your healing and growth will begin. Okay, now I'm going to move into the ask. Like how Patty supported me during my hard times, I ask everyone here, if you have the capacity to support us, to support Donna and Michaela, please do so. It's what Patty would want us to do. Thank you for listening to my story. Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you, John. Our next speakers are Julie DeVoe and Rob Slimmons, Patty's great friends and neighbors of 26 years.
Hey, hi, everybody. When we learned about Patty's decision to have hospice care come into their home, when we learned about that, like everybody else, it was just a lot of emotions, a lot of things we wanted to say, a lot of things we couldn't figure out how to say, and there was no right and there was no wrong way to tell Patty how much she meant to us. But for me, it showed up in the form of this poem for Patty called Your Hellos. It has never been the words. The words could belong to anyone. Hi, Rob. Julie, how are you? Hey, Mark. Oh, Franny, she's so cute. It has been the joy in them. I learned I can count on you, Patty, for joy. Just pure joy and real caring. Not sometimes, every time. I'm starting a walk and you're ending yours. I'm yard working, back turned, you call out, and I know goodness is right here. Love, which is God expressed through nature, through neighbors, through the sun and sky, through the innocence of children and animals, through the music and vibrations that connect all life. You know it. And you are so generous, so generous. You say more in your hellos than anyone ever. People forget. People lose hope. For 2 decades and more, you've reminded me light and love endure. We win. I didn't ask you, nor did the delivery guy or the cashier or my wife and kids and grandkids, but you gifted us anyway. Thank you. I love you. I'm working now on my hellos, hoping they someday will be half as full as yours.
I want to thank the Van Oat and Cutter families for allowing Rob and I to be part of this celebration of the life of one of the best human beings I have ever known. Patty Love walked into my life almost 26 years ago. She and Donna moved in next door, ready for a brand new life with their brand new baby girl, Michaela, in tow. How could I have ever imagined how great a gift that move would be for me and my family too? Over the decades, Patty Love walked through my yard so many times, sometimes through the gate they built into our yard to shorten the distance between their house and the house just behind us, where Paula, Patty's twin, lives with her sweet family. Patty chose to live in Symphony Hills on purpose. She wanted to share life, raise baby girls, cousins Michaela and Bridget together. Laugh with their loves, Donna and Bruce together. What a miracle. I had a front row seat to the depth of this family's love and to their pretty constant love walks. The carrying of casseroles and carrying of hope for more love, more connection, more friendship. Patty Love walked through our Symphony Hills neighborhood every day. Some of you have watched this daily trek across our sidewalks, over Black Bob Park paths and along the heritage trails. Because Skylar and Peanut and then Roman and Neva and Ebony, they all needed walks, of course, but also Patty had people to greet. She had people to giggle with and to grow to love more. She had nature to be with, to observe and celebrate. Patty Love walked into my family too, celebrating the birth of our own twins. I got a red one too, just like Michaela, a red-haired one. We cared for each other's pets. We looked out for each other. Patty always looked out for people, period. She wanted everyone to be okay, to be well, to be treated fairly, to be seen for who they are. I always felt our family got a little extra, but I think Patty's capacity for love was so big that everyone thought they got a little extra. Through our own family's cancer diagnosis, through hospitalizations, through existential crisis moments, Patty was always there to listen, to drop gifts on our porch, offer hugs. Through the years, our friendship and my personal love walk with Patty grew deeper. We talked about growing older, finding meaning in life, missing our girls, God. We talked about spiritual things. Patty once said to me in a text, I suppose we don't know what true joy is unless we also understand despair. I would rather not, though, LOL. And there were always 3 purple hearts at the end of every text. Patty knew pain, and she still exuded joy. I was given the gift of living next door to one of my dearest friends, a soul sister, really. We've shared pieces of life others don't because there was never a lot of distance between us, not in space and not in understanding. In recent years, Patty and I read and talked about present moment awareness and Eckhart Tolle, our favorite poet, Mary Oliver, and Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. She registered for a Buddhist retreat, and I wish I'd gone with her. In Peace is Every Step, Thich Nhat Hanh says we can find peace and joy in the midst of busyness, stress, and even grief. Through something as simple as a walk across a neighbor's backyard or a mindful walk in the park, we can transform ordinary and even painful moments into divine awareness. We can walk as if we are kissing the earth with our feet. Patty's entire life was a love walk. She found peace and joy in every step, and she shared it. If I learned anything through my treasured connection with Patty, it's that the walk continues. It's impermanent and eternal. Every moment we're breathing and moving forward, and every moment after the life in us transforms anew. It's all an eternal love walk. That's the way Patty saw it, and her feet kissed the earth with every step. And now Patty's walk continues, because when you kiss the earth that many times and with such beautiful intention, the earth holds you in its embrace forever. I love you, Patty.
Thank you. Jeff Wood, Patty's pickleball friend and meditation buddy, is our final speaker today.
I'd like to share a couple memories that, for me, capture who Patty was and the spirit she brought into the world. One of the things she loved was listening to the leaves rustle in the wind. It wasn't just a sound she enjoyed. It was a way of slowing down, a moment where she could return to herself, breathe, and simply be present. She could stand there for a long time, letting the world quiet around her. The wind, the leaves, her breath. And in that simplicity, she found real peace. That was something we shared, a sense that life reveals its meanings in the small moments, the moments we rarely rush toward, but can always return to if we're willing to pause. She understood that deeply, and without ever needing to explain it, she lived it. And she brought that same gentle presence into her joy. One of my favorite memories is from a pickleball game. It was a close match, and she won 12-10. A little while after the game, someone asked her how she did. "Oh, it was such a fun game, but we lost 12-10. I'm almost certain she truly forgot she won. Because what she carried with her wasn't the score. It was the experience, the laughter, the movement, the connection. She remembered the part that mattered. She wasn't keeping tally. She was simply enjoying being alive in that moment. These two memories, the rustling leaves and the pickleball story, might seem small on the surface, but together they show something true about her. She knew how to be present. She knew how to let life unfold without needing to grasp it too tightly. She could find joy without searching and peace without retreating. She moved through the world like a gentle lion, and the world felt gentler around her. When I miss her, I think I'll step outside and listen for the leaves. I'll let the wind slow me down. I'll remember the way she found beauty in moments the rest of us might overlook. And in that moment, I'll feel her presence, not as a memory of loss, but as a reminder of how to truly live. May we carry some of that stillness and lightness with us. And may her spirit continue in the moments we choose to pause, breathe, and truly enjoy life. Before we bring this gathering to a close, let us take a quiet moment together to rest in stillness and gratitude. Patty's life reminds us of how precious each moment is, how connection, kindness, and laughter ripple outward long after the moment itself has passed. When the meditation chime sounds, let it invite us to breathe deeply and be fully here in this shared remembrance, in the warmth of one another, and in the beauty of this present moment. As its sound rises and slowly fades into silence, may we feel the truth that nothing loved is ever truly lost. Like the echo of the chime, Patty's spirit continues, subtle, enduring, and woven into the living world around us. May we go forward with peaceful hearts, carrying her light in our actions, our memories, and our kindness to others.
Thank you to each of our speakers for sharing such great memories and reflections. Your words painted a picture of a life we were all blessed to be part of. As we leave today, may we carry those stories with us and let the best parts of Patty live on in how we love, how we show up, and how we care for one another. Thank you all for being here to honor a remarkable life.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Help yourself to food and then visit.